In a move that stunned both fans and industry insiders, BTS's Jin has reportedly turned down several high-profile offers from global brands seeking to sign him as their exclusive brand ambassador. Coming off the overwhelming success of his solo world tour and critically acclaimed comeback album Echo, Jin's rejection of these offers has sparked widespread speculation and intense curiosity. According to sources close to the matter, multiple luxury fashion houses, some of the most influential names in the industry, had submitted formal proposals to Jin's team in recent weeks. These offers, rumored to be worth millions, were not only commercially significant but tailored to capitalize on Jin's rising global influence and his newfound freedom as a soloist. And yet, Jin declined. The news, while shocking on the surface, speaks volumes about the kind of artist and person Jin is becoming. This isn't about the money, this isn't about fame. This is about control, about integrity, about intention. For those who've followed his career since debut, Jin has always been more than just a vocalist or performer. He's a visionary, deliberate, introspective, and unapologetically selective about what he aligns himself with. His fans, ARMY, know this. That's why the moment this story broke, hashtags like #Jin knows his worth and #only Jin decides flooded social media timelines across the globe. While no official reason has been provided for his decision, many believe this is Jin's way of preserving the authenticity of his brand, one that has matured far beyond mere celebrity. Speculation is rampant that his loyalty to Gucci, the brand with which he currently shares a deeply personal relationship, might be one of the reasons for his refusal. Others suggest that something even bigger is on the horizon, a new creative collaboration, perhaps, or an entirely original fashion initiative bearing Jin's own signature. Adding more fuel to the fire, Hyuk has finally released a statement addressing the rumors. "We fully support Jin in every decision regarding his career and branding," a Hyuk spokesperson confirmed. He has a profound artistic sensibility and a clear vision of the path he wants to walk. His choices reflect not only his individuality, but also his long-term strategy. We respect that. In an industry where most idols are guided by teams of marketers and PR agents, Jin's approach is radically different. He doesn't simply endorse a brand, he embodies it. And if the alignment doesn't feel right to him, he walks away, regardless of the paycheck. This independence isn't new. Since returning from military service in mid-2024, Jin has been reshaping what it means to be a global K-pop soloist. His run Seokjin EP tour shattered records with its minimalist yet emotionally powerful performances. No backup dancers. No overproduced visuals. Just Jin, his voice, his story. The concerts were raw, vulnerable, and unforgettable, proving that he doesn't need spectacle to captivate an arena. In fact, it's that very authenticity that makes him so desirable to brands and simultaneously so unwilling to be controlled by them. Rejecting multi-million-dollar contracts is a bold move, but it's not arrogance, it's strategy, and perhaps more importantly, it's trust. Trust in his own value. Trust that he doesn't need to accept every golden opportunity dangled in front of him to prove his worth. The fashion world is watching. Industry insiders now speculate that Gucci may be preparing an exclusive campaign or even co-creative project featuring Jin in a leadership role. Whispers of creative director and custom capsule collection are already circulating in closed-door meetings across Milan and Paris. But for now, Jin remains silent, characteristically so, letting the work speak louder than any press release ever could. ARMY, on the other hand, is anything but quiet. Fan forums are ablaze with admiration, calling his decision a masterclass in dignity and the embodiment of power without needing to shout. Many see this as Jin reclaiming his narrative after years in the global spotlight, showing the world that fame is not his end goal, but rather a platform for deeper impact. And so, as the offers continue to pour in, Jin stands firm, undistracted, unbothered, and unwavering. He knows who he is, he knows where he's going. And he knows that sometimes saying no is the most powerful thing an artist can do. But what makes Jin's refusal even more powerful is the timing. We're living in an era where K-pop idols are more brand-aligned than ever. Every step, every outfit, every post is often calculated for maximum exposure, maximum profit, maximum alignment. The lines between artistry and commerce have never been more blurred. So when someone like Jin, who could, without exaggeration, be the face of any luxury brand he chooses, walks away from multiple offers, it's not just surprising, it's revolutionary. And perhaps, it's a message. A message to the industry that creative freedom is still possible, that not every artist needs to follow the script. That power doesn't always look like dominance, it can also look like restraint. Hybe's reaction was telling. Rather than intervening or redirecting the conversation, they leaned into Jin's decision. For a company known for its data-driven strategies and tight brand control, Hybe's willingness to give Jin space signals an evolving relationship. The power dynamic is shifting. Jin is no longer just one of their most valuable artists. He's a cultural force on his own terms. And that shift may very well redefine how K-pop companies work with top-tier idols moving forward. It's also worth noting how unbothered Jin has remained throughout this public frenzy. No cryptic tweets, no subtweets, no Notes app apologies, no damage control. Instead, he posted a single black and white photo on Weverse, a candid moment from rehearsal. Hair tousled, expression calm, no caption. And yet, to millions of fans, that image said more than a press conference ever could. It said, "I'm exactly where I want to be." And perhaps that's the heart of it. Jin isn't playing the fame game anymore, he's designing his own. Every performance, every deal, every silence, it's all intentional. Even within the walls of Gucci, where Jin has been a global brand ambassador since mid-2024, there are whispers of an internal rebranding campaign inspired by Jin's authenticity. One insider described it as a return to emotional luxury, where the product isn't just style but story, Jin's story. His duality, the polished superstar and the down-to-earth artist, is now the blueprint for Gucci's next chapter. Executives reportedly flew to Seoul last month for a private dinner with Jin, not just to celebrate recent campaigns, but to discuss the future. According to sources, Jin is not only the face of upcoming promotions, but may also serve as a silent consultant on design language, campaign tone, and global outreach. And when Jin enters the room, they listen. Because in the world of luxury branding, authenticity is the last true currency, and Jin has it in abundance. In Paris, Milan, Tokyo, and New York, boutique managers have already noted the Jin effect. Items he wears or casually mentions tend to sell out within hours. But unlike typical brand ambassadors, he rarely promotes products directly. There's no hard sell, no forced endorsement, just quiet influence and overwhelming resonance. The press has taken notice. Major outlets have described Jin as a cultural phenomenon redefining solo stardom. Others call him Korea's most disciplined artist. And perhaps the most accurate, he's not here to impress the world. He's here to express something deeper. Which brings us to the fans. ARMY. No other fandom on earth is as fiercely protective, loyal, and emotionally invested as ARMY is to Jin. And this chapter of his career has deepened that connection in ways few could predict. Many of them grew up with BTS. Now, they're growing through Jin's solo evolution, and in a world saturated with artificial polish, his choices offer something rare honesty. One fan wrote in a viral thread, "Jin turning down brand deals feels like an act of rebellion, but a quiet one. A reminder that you don't have to say yes to everything just because you can. That boundaries are beautiful. That being selective is power." Another simply said, "He's not a product. He's a person, and that's why we love him." Even celebrities have chimed in. Fashion editorials, podcast hosts, and cultural critics have cited Jin's strategy as one of the most intelligent brand moves in modern K-pop history. Because while the industry continues to chase trends, Jin is becoming one. And then, of course, there's Bang Si-hyuk. The founder of Hybe and arguably one of the most influential figures in Korean entertainment, Bang has rarely commented on individual artist decisions. But in an unexpected turn, he recently reposted a tribute to Jin's solo career on his personal social media account, captioned only with a simple phrase: vision, integrity, timing. Those three words echoed through the fandom like gospel, because if anyone understands Jin's long game, it's Bang Si-hyuk. After all, he was the one who saw potential in Jin all those years ago when others couldn't. Now, that potential has evolved into a legacy, one that no longer needs constant validation. And yet, despite all this noise, Jin remains calm. In interviews, he's as witty as ever. In performances, he's sharper, more emotional. And in public, he carries the quiet confidence of someone who no longer needs to prove anything yet keeps showing up for the people who believed in him. It's a rare balance, humility and power. And that's what makes this chapter so iconic. It's not about chart positions or endorsement counts. It's about purpose. Jin is crafting a career that respects both his audience and his soul. that refuses to be rushed. That allows space for silence, for pauses, for saying no without explanation. In a world obsessed with output, Jin's restraint is revolutionary. As whispers grow about an upcoming global Gucci event where Jin is rumored to unveil a never-before-seen campaign, the excitement is real. But it's not just about the visuals or the luxury. It's about the message behind it. That you don't have to say yes to everything to be great. That greatness is knowing who you are and staying true, even when the world is watching. So yes, Jin turned down those brand deals, and yes, Hyuk stood behind him. But more importantly, he stood behind himself, and that's the kind of leadership that doesn't just build a career. It builds a movement,